What about your hair?
Fall out.
Hair fall out. What about your limbs, your feet, your hands, your toes? They fall off, right? What about your kidneys? They're working right? So, collapse and dialysis, 12, 13, 14 hours a week, right? So you can't see, your hearing go bad a little bit, you can't really go to the bathroom, you can't pee, and you're bald. You're gonna lose that. How many people are gonna like, how many people are gonna like that? How many people are gonna like you? Come on.
My children.
Your children love you anyways, but they like to see you urinate on your own.
Right.
And you don't want to wear adult diapers twice in your life. Hello? Okay. So, as I said earlier, we do not want to leave this planet. We're all going to leave, aren't we, at some point in time? But we do not want to leave, if we can help it, with diabetes. True?
True.
Okay. And here we go. Number one thing we're going to do with diabetes is we're going to talk about getting in ketosis. Right? Ketosis. Ketosis is high fat and low carb. What does that mean? Well, let me ask you, what do you think that means? If I said high fat and low carb, what does it mean?
High in fat.
High in fat, right? That sounds counterproductive, though. Why would I want to do that? Okay, well, ask me why you want to do that.
Some fat.
Some fat, oh, thank you for asking. Some fat is good, and not all fat's the same, but here you go. What happens is, let's say I have an iPhone and I have an Android, right? Both of them can make calls, can't they? Both of them can send texts. But what happens if I try to put an iPhone app on an Android?
It doesn't work.
Not gonna work. What if I take an Android app and put it on the iPhone? Oh, wait, why? They're not compatible because there's two different operating systems. One is you're only gonna burn sugar or you're gonna burn fat. You say, well, Doc, wait a minute. I eat complex carbs. I eat clean carbs. I eat water-based carbs. Doctor, you just don't understand. Well, wait a minute. Can you, true or false, burn a carb for energy? Look at my head. It's got to be broken down to glucose. So I'll say it again. Y'all have a choice. Burn sugar for the rest of your life. Look at this. You're going to a candy store. Go to a candy store to eat sugar. What happens to your teeth? Rot. What happens to your blood? It gets acidic. What is that? Lower oxygen. You wake up the bugs, yeast, fungus, mold. Who knows cancer on a PET scan? What do you drink before they take the PET scan? You drink a glucose. You drink sugar. The cancer eat it 15 times faster. They light up like a Christmas tree.
Wow.
And congratulations, you just fed them, made them stronger. Might think twice about doing that. PET scan, maybe you want to get in ketosis then. Why? Because cancer, like all the rest of the yeast, fungus, and mold, can't metabolize fat. Cannot eat fat. Huh. So if I don't want a wild animal around my house, would I leave food out? No. I'll starve them to death. You want to feed them? So don't feed the bugs. Make a conscious choice now to say, maybe I'm going to think about this ketosis. And guys, this is all I have to say for guys. I'm done with the argument. All your sex hormones to make Mr. Happy happy are cholesterol. They're all fat-based. So when you cut out the fat, boom, you cut out Mr. Happy. Done with subject. Next for the women. Let me go back and say that your brains, right? We want to be smart because we're smarter than men. We actually use more of our brains as women, or y'all do as women. You really do. And so if you want to keep that up, guess what your brain's made out of? Over 90% cholesterol, fat. But I'm taking a statin drug because my doctor said my cholesterol is too high. What? So your brain is shrinking. How many want a smaller brain? No, we don't want a smaller brain. So guess what else? Now wait a minute, I don't understand this, Dr. Grego. My cholesterol high, I know it's causing damage because you're not burning it. You're storing it. I want to say it again. Cholesterol is there to help you if you have an acidic lifestyle, which means the South American diet, the standard American diet, the simple carbs, the pastas, the rice, the sugars, the potato chips, come on, the hot dog buns. So all that's acid. Guess what acid does to your artery? No, it burns through, right? Acid is hot. It's going to burn through that artery. Then your body was miraculously and marvelously created, right? Hello? So before you blow out, the smallest arteries are in your heart and your head. So before you have a blowout and have a heart attack or a stroke, the body said, well, let me put down some sticky, yellowish, tar-like substance. I call it Fix-A-Flat. The doctors call it cholesterol. So that's actually saving your life, and you want to hate it. And you want to kick it to the curb. And you want to take a statin drug. Don't help more than 1 out of every 2,000 people. In fact, over 20,000 people a year die from statins. In fact, there's no reason to cut out cholesterol because it's just trying to help you. So let's talk about why cholesterol would like to help you and why you're so acidic. Number one, I'm going to touch on water for just a bit, because here I want you to write this down on your tablets or at home, YouTube, write it down somewhere. This is important. This is a freebie to take this home with you to help yourself if you want help. I'm assuming that's why y'all here. You know, there's 20 other shops, 25 other shops in here, but y'all chose this one, right? So you must have wanted something in here. So I'm giving you something. Write this down, please. Write this down. Okay. From now on, we are only going to drink before we eat. Drink before we eat. Never while we eat, and rarely after we eat. Ask me why. That's a good question. Because, as far as insulin, here's how it ties into insulin. I'm going to your overall health. Insulin is second fiddle. It's not first. When you eat, hydrochloric acid has a pH of 1.5. That's the molten, turn your food into molten lava, right? Hot, glowing, burning stuff. The stomach can refurnish its cells every 5 minutes. That's pretty fast, right? The small intestine cannot. So you have to produce something to cool it off. And what is that something? It's called pancreatic juice. And guess what juice tastes? Water. Hydration. And guess what y'all are? Dehydrated. I'm going to talk about why in just a second, but don't get me off course. That's why I need something behind me, really. But here's the point. We drink before, never during. When we drink before, we give pancreatic juice enough juice to cool our food. Then what's ever left over can go to insulin. And it can come out and then take the food particles out of the blood into the cell. Because that's what insulin does. It's a cell potentiator. You realize that all you type 2s, you type 2 diabetes out here, okay? Y'all have enough insulin. It's just you're desensitized. Because you drink when you eat, number one. Yeah. Number two, y'all eat sugar for so many years. And just like if I was to kiss this beautiful lady every day, maybe 5, 6, 10 times a day for a whole year, guess what she'd think about my kisses at the end of the year? Well, maybe somebody else's. But big deal, right? Big deal. Whoop-de-doo. I'm desensitized to your kisses, Dr. Grego, even though you're a good-looking guy and I like the way you sound and you talk. Okay, but the point is, seriously, so much sugar hitting the receptor, right? Day after day, year after 40, 50, 60 years. I'm tired. I had enough of this. I'm desensitized to you. I can't hear you. Did you say something? I don't know. I didn't hear you. So yet another reason why to go over to fat. So let's finish up on the water though before we go back to fat. So the second thing that drinking beforehand does for you in a positive way, it doesn't decrease your hydrochloric acid pH. It doesn't take the strength away. Water 7, hydrochloric acid 1.5. If you mix the two, this one's going to come up and this one's going to go down, right? So we just lost the acidity. We lost the ability to digest our food. We created something called mucoid plaque. Dr. Shinya, those of you at YouTube want to look up Dr. Shinya, he's the creator of the colonoscopy. And he, this is outside the scope of this practice, so if you want to look him up, look him up. The point is, it gets inside, even when you take that help me out, what's the antifreeze? Ethylene glycol, right? Oh, it's one molecule removed. Yeah, right. So that's what y'all drink. Oh, I'm going to get so much trouble for this. Okay, AMA, I'm going to give you my address before I'm done. Because I believe I answer somebody higher than the AMA. Yeah, yeah, I do. So here's the thing. Ethylene glycol is ethylene glycol. It's radiator fluid. You use it to cool your engine. And that's what they give you to drink before you have a colonoscopy. Why? Because it aggravates the heck out of your intestines. And they squeeze it, boom, and they get it all out. All but the mucoid plaque. That plaque goes inside the intestinal wall. You can't push it out, you gotta draw it out. And there's a certain type of water, we're gonna get to that in just a minute, that draws it out. But the point being, you shouldn't make it to start with. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna drink with the meal? We're gonna drink before.
And I always do that. For some reason, I crave to do that. Drink this dinner.
So yeah, and you listen to your body. Most people get cravings all the time. They're like, ugh, I'm not gonna hear that. I don't wanna eat that. I don't wanna eat that. Sorry?
It makes you full, like you said.
Yeah, that's all right. It'll also curb your appetite, so you won't eat as much. Absolutely. The thirst center and the hunger center are right there in the hypolimbic system, the hypothalamus. Okay, so coming back though, we're talking about drinking before, not during. We're talking about the type of water, right? There is a specific type, and that's not the scope of this class, but I want you to get something from this, okay? It's another freebie. You want to drink alkaline microclustered high ORP. Don't have to write that down, but you do have to write this down. Write this down. It's called Evian, Fiji, or artesian water from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. These are places where humans don't frequent, so they're mostly still pristine. Why can't I just take a good filter? And I'm going to mention some names: Coggin, Living Water. We have them, but we don't use them for drinking. I'm gonna get a lot. I'm gonna disconnect my comments on YouTube. I don't care. Y'all don't want to hear it because y'all check this out. You all know about water. This is for YouTube people. You know, this Manfred Bauer. You want to look up Manfred Bauer, Victor Schoenberger, and George Wallach. You should have won the Nobel Prize for his work with water and creating superstructure of water. Yeah. My point is this: water has memory. Just picture an ex. Picture one of your exes that has a good memory. Did they ever let you live anything down? Even years later. So water has a memory. And just because we take out the chlorine, the fluoride, and the carcinogenics, and the lime, and everything, the chemical soup, all the drugs that the hospital flushes down the commode when they're outdated, they go into our aquifer. That's right, you're taking birth control pills. You don't need any birth control pills, though. So the point is, what's the point? When we take out that chlorine, there's a fingerprint. There's a magnetic